What's good, fam? So look, if you're looking to create better melodies, some soulful melodies, this is the way to do it. So check this video out. I hope you enjoy it. If you're looking for the full video of how I made this beat, I'll leave that down in the description and at the end of this video as well. Peace. All right, so let's dig in. I'm gonna keep it simple, okay? I really am. I'm not a big piano player. I'm working on it, and this is a skill I'm developing myself too. So don't feel like you have to be the best piano player in order to make stuff like this. We're gonna pick the A minor scale, okay? So the key to making these type of tracks is just find a scale you like. It doesn't have to be a minor scale. It could be a major, but the minor scale is gonna kind of give that kind of like a more sad feel to it. But in this case scenario, we're just gonna pick A minor, which is basically all it is. It isn't basically, it is. It's all the white keys, so you can't go wrong with this. All right, so let's go ahead and plug in some piano from Kontakt. So you don't have to use Kontakt. You can use anything you want, right? You can use any free plugin. I know FL Studio Flex is decent, but you're gonna get a more realistic sound with Kontakt or like a plugin like this. So starting with the root note of A, and we're gonna do like 83 BPM. Okay, so I didn't mention that before, but in that range, 80, 90, like in that range, it's kind of like that slower tempo. That's kind of where you want to live. You can do some stuff at a higher tempo or double the speed, 160, like halftime. You can mess with that stuff, but you want to stay in this lower range, 80, 90, something like that. All right. So A. And then we're literally going to jump to G. Sorry. So A. And not G, E, I'm sorry. And then E. And then go to F, and then go to G. So that's going to be literally the basis of it. And then we're going to do some inversions and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll play it simple, and then we'll do inversions. It's way easier when playing the piano to do inversions with your hands because it's about the flow, and you don't want to skip around the piano. Like as you can tell from up on the left-hand side, if you start in A, go all the way down here, like you're literally moving your hands like this. So inversions really do come in handy when you're playing, right? It also sounds better too, right? So there's two sides of it. It helps the sound to sound more cohesive. You're not skipping around the piano, but it also helps you when playing because it's not best for you to skip around the piano like that. It's really choppy. It's really hard to kind of stay, in the flow of playing when you're trying to jump all around the keyboard, right? So that's why we use inversions. It's not just because it's cool and it sounds better. It's not just that, but it's also because of the realistic. It's more realistic, right? When you're playing, you want to stay close and keep it all tight knit. So all right, just mess with some of the velocity. As you can tell, this E, if we just select it and do Control up, you can kind of just basically shift that up an octave, and it kind of creates. This is an inversion now, right? So it's and when you're playing this, think about where your fingering is. If you're playing an A minor scale or a chord, and then all you have to do is switch these two fingers and just shift them down a little bit. It sounds great now, you know what I'm saying? So we could do the same thing with this one, like the F. We can pop it up here. So I actually don't like the F up there. I'm gonna leave that down. Kind of creates like a downward, progression that kind of gives that soulful feel to it, and then it goes back up, and then back into A, right? So like this, let's go ahead and grab these root notes here. Really simple. It's really not G though. It's really, it is G. It's really, this one is really E though. So I want to grab the root note there. And just bring it down. And then I want to grab root note here. Bring that down. Same thing with this one and this one. So I grabbed, I grabbed C. I grabbed E because that's the root note. E's root note. We just made an inversion, right? So I grabbed E. You could grab G, but it's probably going to sound better with E. All right, so I hope you're enjoying the content so far. If you haven't already checked out my free music production courses, those will be down in the description. Go ahead and tap into them because they're only going to be free for a limited time. Okay, link in the description. I'm looking forward to seeing you inside. Peace. I don't know why that's like that. Sounds great. Sounds great. So what we want to do is we want to grab all of it, select all of it. I want to quantize this just to make sure everything is straight. And then I want to go ahead and go into strum. All right, and I want to strum this. Just mess with some of this. Hit accept. That sounds beautiful. I mean, look, we're done. It's over. So simple. We're finished. Anyways, so let's keep going though. Okay, so what I want to do is what I'm thinking right now. And honestly, this is off the fly. I want like a top line, like something on top, something of a higher register, like you're playing, because these are just chords, right? I want to play some melodies, right? So play that higher register. And because we're in A minor, we already know that, it's very, very easy to play. Now, I'm not going to lie. I know I mentioned in the beginning, for those that don't have MIDI, I try to make this video for that, to complement that. But in this case scenario, I'm going to use MIDI, or use the MIDI keyboard to play some top lines, some stuff on the top, and just kind of mess around with something. I'm really not going to, I don't have a melody in mind quite yet, but I'm going to play something here. All right, so that sounds pretty good. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and add a few more things to this chord progression. I want to add a few more notes, some cool like sus notes and stuff like that that we can add to this. And we can just add, for example, right here, we can add this note here. Kind of add that E across the whole thing, right? So. Nice. It's Basic Maverick. Sounds completely different though. Yeah. Hey, tough. It's crazy. Love it. Love it.